Hey, 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 whippersnappers, this is Tortoise the Grey. Welcome back to an exciting episode of Pokemon Showdown OU Battles. Had a request last week for an Evolutions team, and I actually put this team together a while ago, and I guess I looked through my videos. I never recorded them, so I was like, well, sure, I can do that. I've got a team already. And this team certainly needs some tweaking. I think I hadn't recorded them yet because I was still kind of in the process of building it, not building it, but refining it. There's a couple things in here in this battle that you'll see that don't go quite as they should. I let off with Kal-El, my Flareon, and I went to take out what was it, the Giraffe Rig? What did they lead off with? I don't remember at this point, but that didn't work out so well. They came in with Machoke and were able to kill Cal. Egear then comes in and he kills the Machoke, but then Mega Charizard Y is going to come in and Solar Beam Egear in the face, which is going to take him out. So those two were actually usually pretty useful for me. I had a great battle going just before this one, and then two Pokemon before the end, the guy forfeited, and it was a good battle, which is just infuriating. But yeah, so force the Mega Charizard out, bring Navi in and on the Shiftry. And I'm using Moonblast here. I think people have told me that Hyper Voice is much better. I feel like I examined that at one point, like power-wise, and it wasn't. But I don't know. People keep telling me Hyper Voice is better, so I do need to at least examine that. Switch Luna in to be immune to the Psychic attack coming from the Giraffe Rig. Go to throw up the Foul Play, but they switch into Octillery. I don't really, at this point. I don't really want to risk Thor bringing him in to take care of an Octillery. I figure Luna can handle it relatively well. We'll have a 3-hit KO here on the Octillery, so decided to just do that as opposed to switching in because I'm going to need Thor for that Mega Charizard and probably for the Braviary too. So at this point, that's what I'm thinking. I'm just going to be like, okay, Luna, you do your thing. So she does. She takes out the Octillery and the Giraffe Rig, and that works out very nicely. I think Shiny Umbreon is one of my Umbreon's one of my favorite evolutions, and I think Shiny Umbreon is like one of my favorite shinies. It's awesome. Braviary comes in and uses the superpower, which is helpful. Less helpful because it takes out Luna, but helpful because it lowers its attack enough that Callisto is able to survive the next superpower and get an Ice Beam off to take out the Braviary. So at this point, it's I'm down to my Glaceon and Jolteon and Sylveon, but Glaceon goes down to the Charizard. Thor comes in, gets a Thunderbolt off, and takes out the Charizard. So yeah, a fun little battle there. I need to tweak, and I probably will. I'll probably right after this, I'll go in and switch around a couple of moves, and we'll jump back in with another one. Alright guys, see you back in a second. Hey, welcome back! So we let off with Thor this time because I saw a number of guys on their team that would be weak to Thor. And oftentimes you'll see people, at least lately I've been seeing lots of people leading with their Charizards. So I decided to go with Thor. They were smart, they switched into Landorus to take Thor's Thunderbolt, so that didn't do a whole lot for us, but I brought in Callisto to force it out, and then hit Charizard hard with an Ice Beam. So that worked out nicely, even with its fire typing. It is still part flying type, so that works out. Kal-El comes in just to kind of take whatever Charizard's got, and then he's going to throw a quick attack here and take the Charizard down, so that works out very nicely. We got their Mega Charizard off the field. Talonflame comes in and is going to kill Cal. I was going to go for just a quick attack there, but Brave apparently Gale Wings gives it higher priority than quick attack. Bring Egear in because Egear can tank whatever Talonflame's got, and dish back a Scald, which is enough to take the Talonflame off the field as well. So we've got their two Fire Flying guys off the field, which works out very nicely. Then they bring in their Gardevoir. I'm going to go for the Scald here while they go for the Thunderbolt, which does a ton to Egear. Scald doesn't really do anything, so that's a bit disappointing. Gardevoir is faster, so I'm going to switch Egear out into Luna. I'm going to go for the Psychic to finish off Egear, but Luna comes in and is immune to that, so that worked out very nicely. Then they go for the Moonblast, which does a lot of damage, and Luna's going to try for the Foul Play, but with the fairy typing, it just doesn't do much. It just doesn't do much. So Luna's going to take another Moonblast thanks to leftovers and is able to survive it. Gets another foul play off just, you know, because, and then Luna's going to protect here. There was really no point in doing that. I was like, well, I'll get a little bit of leftovers back. But it was, I mean, Gardevoir got leftovers back too, so it didn't really matter. Switched Luna out into Navi to tank the Fairy type attack, and I did switch Hyper Voice on. The only benefit I could see to Hyper Voice, which I guess it is a benefit, so I added it, was that it's actually lower attack, or it's lower power, and it doesn't have a special ability like Moonblast will lower special attack potentially on the target. The good thing about Hyper Voice, I guess, is that in this generation, sound type moves hit through subs and stuff. So I guess put Hyper Voice on there if you have a lot, you know. So if you come up against people with subs, you can hit through it. That's really the only benefit I could see. But yeah, so Navi's able to Hyper Voice Gardevoir and Latios into Oblivion, so that works out pretty nicely. They bring in Keldeo. He's going to use the Surf on Navi, and Navi's going to go down. Bring Thor in, and I predict that they switch into the Landorus, so I go for the Hidden Power Water here, and that does pretty decent damage to Landorus, and we're going to be able to outspeed, so we do it again and take Landorus off the field, which works out very nicely. Good job, Thor. And then they bring in Keldeo. I switch out into E-Gear just as kind of death fodder. I was hoping it would go for the water attack, and E-Gear has water absorbs that would have healed E-Gear a bit, but they didn't. They went to Sacred Sword, and I just needed to switch Thor in because he's got a Choice Scarf, and so I needed to switch out so I could use an Electric Attack on the Keldeo, as opposed to Hidden Power Water, which I had locked into. So yeah, fun little evolution battle there. If you guys have any suggestions on you know, different sets for EVs, or if you'd rather see who's even missing from this. Espeon and Leafeon are missing from this team, so if you'd like to see one of those other evolutions added for the future, I'm sorry, let me know, and I'll be sure to try and get that in there for you. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I've been Tortoise the Great, and you guys have been great. Have a good one.